In the past, economic activities tended to mean more pollution and wasteful use of resources. We have had to spend to clean up the mess. A damaged environment impairs quality of life. We have to find a way forward, that is the challenges of sustainable development. For the future, we need ways to achieve economic, social, and environmental objective balance, and consider the longer-term implication of decisions. Now, what is the role of higher education here? The role of higher education institutions in any sustainable strategies is pivotal in that they educate a great number of the professionals and leaders of tomorrow's society. They have a large role to play within the environmental management of the institution and procurement policies, ensuring that globally they are aware, ethically sound, and environmentally balanced processes are introduced. They also have potential for influencing others outside the university to professional development and training opportunities. There are many examples of government's effort to develop a sense of urgency among its citizens to act responsibly on sustainability. For example, in Britain, the Welsh have the Education for Sustainable Development and Global Citizenship, in short ESDGC. It is about the link between society, economy, and environment, and between our own lives and those of people throughout the world. The needs and rights of both present and future generations, the relationship between the power, resources, and human rights, the local and global implication of everything we do, and the action that individuals and organizations can take in response to local and global issues. They define a global citizen as someone who is aware of the wider world and has a sense of their role as world citizen, respect and values diversity, and so on. You could read that in the slides here. What are the concepts associated with development of sustainability strategy? It has something to do with interdependence, citizenship and stewardship, and so on. It includes, the last one is conflict resolution, and values and perception. How do you form values and perception among the young people so that they begin to practice that as they grow older? And what are the national initiatives in Brunei? In 2007, the government of Brunei Darussalam introduced a national development policy and strategy. In its publication, Outline of Strategy and Policies for Development. I have this here, and it's available in the bookstore in Brunei, and I'm sure in the library, in the student unit, you do keep copies of that. I remember as a member of that committee developing this book, Brunei Darussalam Long-Term Development Plan. We had scenario planning workshops and so on to try and develop that set of documents. It took us well over a year to try and develop that set of documents. Consultation with various stakeholders and so on before we came up with that book. We have subcommittees, one looking after IT, social development, and so on. Now, the national vision has 3 long-range goals that it hopes to achieve by 2035. I think that has been spelled out by the first keynote speaker, and I do not wish to go through it. And the themes of the National Development Plan are, again, along 4 strands: investing in human capital, accelerating the pace of social progress, and so on. And the last one was strengthening the institutional capacity. But more interesting, I think, you look at the national strategies. There are 8 national strategies. Education was number 1. And the last one is on environmental strategy, is number 8. And all is links. They're linked to each other, particularly education. You can't have an environmental strategy if you don't develop the strategy within the education system. Now, the main thrust of the education strategy, among other things, at least for the next 10 years, 2007 to 2017, within the vision, was investing in early childhood development, strengthening the secondary and tertiary education as well as vocational education. This is an area of huge growth at the moment in Brunei. Improving the quality of teaching and learning. We hear from Professor Tong this morning, upgrading the Shibi into a graduate school is one move. Widening participation in learning, looking at student cohort, trying to make sure the percentage of students moving into higher education improves from the present 13% to 30% in the next five years. And also making sure that the 50% of the cohort who normally leaves the school system after O-level, entering the job market, have some skills, and they need to go through vocational and technical education to try and prepare them for the world of work. Now, the other one is investing in research, development, and innovation. Talking about research, development, and innovation, I certainly remember debating about what kind of budget do we need to give to research, development, and innovation. I certainly remember we finally reached a figure of 165 million for science and technology, which is a few thousand% increase over the previous 5-year development plan. Idea is to try and accelerate research and development in the country, particularly at the university level. And Adi Rozan said, not many takers. In fact, the Ministry of Education, working with the universities, are working hard to try and get money out of that $65 million. Certainly we have been successful, particularly UBD, getting budget out of that 165 million. We, at the Ministry of Education, have got 2 committees. I used to serve as chairman of one of the committees, looking at proposal from the universities and so on. Currently, I think ITB has got 1 project from that Science and Technology Fund, and there are a lot more from University of Brunei. Hopefully, the 165 million is spent within the current 5-year development plan, and a further amount or an increased amount should be available for the next 5-year development plan. And we are hopeful that things will move from there. Now, the other one is improving the management of educational institutions. We've been lucky this year. UBD have been successful, I think, with the leadership program for schools. What are the environmental strategies? I wonder how many more minutes have I got? 8? 0. Okay, I'll go very quickly. Yes. The other thing is on the environmental strategy. There are a number of strategies that have been spelled out within the long-term strategy of the government.